We're good, Alex? Yep. All right. Did we have everybody from inside or outside, I guess? All that are coming in are here? Okay. It's just the kid people, so who wants to deal with kids every day? That's all right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Metro East Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Greetings to those watching the service remotely, now that we're up and running. This is a welcoming religious community, and we're so glad you're here. I'm Keith Davis. My pronouns are he and they, and I'm delighted to welcome you all here. It's so good to see everybody, new friends, longtime members, or recurring folks, and I hope that you'll take time in coffee hour to reach out to someone new and say hello and offer them a welcome. We welcome everyone to this home of comfort, spirit, justice, and hope. We are Unitarian Universalists. Thank you, Joy. An important ritual in the Unitarian Universalist faith is the lighting of our chalice. Unitarian Universalists have many different interpretations of the flaming chalice, including the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope. If you're watching elsewhere and have a chalice or candle, please light it now and join me in the unison words projected on the screen. We light this chalice and hope for the future of our church, our community, our country, and our world. May love center us always. Wonderful. Our opening prayer will be by Miss Tony and Rena.
Our opening prayer is prayer for a good life. Spirit of life and love, grant us the courage to live each day with intention and mindfulness. Remind us to cherish our connections, to seek justice, and to extend grace to ourselves and others. May we spend our days cultivating kindness, learning from our journey, and being fully present in this beautiful, complex world. Okay, we're going to give you a minute to say hello to someone you haven't met before. Not really. We have a newcomer back there.
Y'all had too much welcoming, I guess. We're ready to move past welcoming, which is fun because we can sing our first hymn. 354, We Laugh, We Cry.
The values today, the ones that we lift up, are interdependence, equity, and love. There is nothing you need to bring with you to be welcome here. You do not need to know what brought you here. You do not need to be perfect or even halfway perfect to belong to this community. Come, let us value and respect each other. Equity is where everyone has the right to flourish with inherent worth and divinity. Interdependence, because we are all in the great web of life and humility. And love, the power that holds us together, accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values.
All right, joys and sorrows. As part of our weekly worship service, we take time for the expressions of joys, concerns, and sorrows. It's a really beautiful part of the service, and if you would like to recognize a joy, sorrow, or milestone, you can come forward and place a stone or several stones into the water bowl to represent your joys and sorrows. There's stones here in the front. I invite you now to come forward and choose a stone and place it in the water, a symbol of what you carry in your heart. And let us be in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Come down on your all's right and go to the left. All right. So our story for all ages will be a video, Grief for Kids Learning to Say Goodbye.
Smile and learn.
Today was a perfect day in the park. You would have loved it so much.
You must miss him a lot, right? I imagine it can't be easy. I'm so sorry. I'm sure he knew how much you loved him.
Thank you, Smiley. That's right. But some days are harder than others. Losing someone or something you love is never easy. But it's part of life. Will you stay with me and explore it? When someone we love very much leaves, or when we have to let go of something we love, we go through what is called grief. It's a very deep sadness that can make us feel a little lost. It's normal, natural, and happens to everyone. It's our way of saying goodbye and reminding us of all the love we can feel. Grief can happen for many reasons, such as losing a family member or pet, moving to a new house, changing schools, or even losing something we valued greatly, like a special stuffed animal from when we were little. One of these situations may hurt us more or less than the others. Each person is different. It's important to recognize what hurts us and what we miss, so that we can move on. Each person experiences grief differently. We may feel like crying a lot, intense anger, or confusion about what happened. Grief is a process that takes time to overcome and will always be a part of us. At first, it may be difficult for us to understand what happened and why, but with time and support from those we love, we can accept it, move on, and feel grateful for the time we shared with the person who is no longer with us. Imagine that your best friend is moving to another country. How would you feel? Sad, right? And probably a little angry. Well, this is also grief, because you're saying goodbye to someone you love very much and will miss, and there's nothing you can do to change it. But even when we lose someone, we can find ways to remember and honor them. They may no longer be with us, but they live on in our memories and in the love we feel for them. Grief is like a wave. Sometimes it is very strong, but over time, it calms down. The important thing is to know that we are not alone and that we can talk to someone we trust when we feel this way. See you next time.
Our second hymn is number 18, What Wondrous Love Is This?
Good morning. Why don't we all take a deep, deep breath? Life is what your body does moment after moment. As life progresses, our cells maintain life, but not forever. Life is a temporary act of holding things together. Over time, with age, illness, or injury, keeping everything coordinated and working properly, it becomes difficult. The fear of death comes from this awareness. This fear usually stems from losing the people that are in our lives and that we love very much. I want to start with something true and maybe a little uncomfortable, which is this. None of us asked for the lessons that loss teaches. We don't send away for them. We don't sign up for the course. Yet at some point, most of us are handed a syllabus we never wanted about a subject we spend most of our lives trying not to look at. I think that part of why we don't talk about mortality much, I have cotton mouth today. Do you know what cotton mouth feels like? Yeah. And I wasn't drinking last night, I promise. I think that part of why we don't talk about mortality much, even here in the space built for asking hard questions, is because our mortality is then brought into the room. Death catches us off guard. It still arrives like a thief, as a poet once said. It's not sneaky, but we are busy living as if we have unlimited time that we forget to notice that our clocks are actually running. I lost someone very close to me not long ago. April 16th, 2026 was very exciting for me. I was to meet my daughter in Denver that afternoon and visit an old friend of 42 years who was battling a fatal disease. He was recently confined to an assisted living facility and to hospice. We had visited him the previous October and had a pleasant, so difficult time because he was definitely in a downhill spiral. The October visit was bittersweet, and I believe this later visit would be even more so. This friend, who had been an enthusiastic lover of life, was slowly disappearing. The skills that he needed to be independent and strong were diminished. Fast forward to May 19th, back in Illinois. A friend and I were seated in a movie theater enjoying Sheep Detectives. Delightful because of the silly antics the sheep performed, and sad because their sheep herder was found dead. There was much sadness among the flock and also later in the movie. I couldn't understand the profound and deep sadness that overtook me. It was a movie, it was sheep. Why was I feeling so distressed? When I returned home from the movie, I found a message on my phone. My friend had passed away while I was at the movie. Then I understood the sadness I experienced watching the film. I was incredibly connected to my friend, so much so that I felt his passing from this planet, and he was 2,000 miles away. Losing someone close to you has a way of forcing a reordering of everything. I thought I understood about time and living. Grief is sacred and very personal. I felt hollowed out and followed by weeks of grief and later clarity. Grief is not just sorrow in tune with how much I loved this person. Grief is also a teacher, uninvited, and showing up anyway to teach me the one subject all of us eventually have to learn: how fragile, how finite, and how precious this one ordinary life actually is. Excuse me. I share this with you not because I've mastered anything or know more than you. I am not up here with some 5-step plan to resolve grief and loss. My loss revealed much to me, and one lesson is to pay attention. What I remember is noticing the sunlight in my kitchen that is casting rainbows nearby, and I felt my heart swell. This had nothing to do with sadness. It was more like a beam that I understood and knew, even though it felt like the first time I saw it. I had been living like most of us live most of the time, with many assumptions, especially the later assumption. Later I'll call. Later I will say the thing I mean to say. Later I'll take the trip. Later I'll have the conversation. Later I will forgive the grudge. Later I will tell someone what he or she means to me. Later is a wonderful word because it lets us off the hook. It promises we'll get to it eventually. But experts say that when we experience the loss of a loved one, our brain bundles death experiences and does not distinguish death from others we have known. All of the grief rears its pain and anguish at once, and we are overcome by an intense, far-reaching sadness. I kept questioning this grief. Why so large and deep? I now have a belief and understanding of how generalized grief steps on hearts. I was grieving all my losses, including my mother, my father, other friends, my pets, my youth, my uncles and aunts, and on and on. I was also grieving my own death. Yes, it was a difficult and sad several months, but the pain subsided and I tried life again. Life is a beautiful adventure if we are open to all its joys and sorrows. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my throat. I may have to ask Keith to read it. We live in a fallen, mixed, messed up, broken down world, so we look for a better day and a better place, and we dream of a better world where there is no more cancer, no more abuse, no more hatred, no more tornadoes, no more crime, no more war, no more poverty, no more sadness, no more darkness, no more sickness, no more death. Most religions promise this. When we pass, we'll be part of this kind of perfection. Carl Jung, renowned psychologist, compared the human life to the path of the sun. The first half is dedicated to earthly accumulation and pursuits, learning, a career, building an ego. Then the second half shifts its focus inward to a more spiritual and psychological maturity. From this perspective, death is a natural destination. Sunrise, sunset, like the arc of the sun. Near-death experiences answers many questions about living. It makes us more conscious of what truly matters. We don't have to actually experience a near-death, as Jung did. Hopefully we have age, we graduate from wanting. Hopefully, as we age, we graduate from wanting to attain material possessions to searching for greater spirituality, as Jung taught. We arrange our priorities because we learn you can't take it with you. Keith, would you help me? I'm losing my voice.
I gotcha.
Thanks.
In our society, there's much stigma regarding death. This often comes from the belief that this transition is an intrusion upon the natural order. Individuals are conditioned to see it as final, a kaput. And that's all there is, folks. A reframing of our perspective will challenge these preconceived notions. According to this natural part of human existence, accepting this natural part of human existence allows us to approach our future passing with curiosity and nurture it as an obligation to ourselves and our growth. The fear and avoidance in discussion of this natural part of living can have consequences on our families. In non-Western cultures, a collectivist perspective is embraced and it invites the entire community in mourning and rituals. This creates a shared grief and support and fosters a more communal experience surrounding death. The cultures that openly embrace and accept death as a natural part of life celebrate it as a transition and not as an end. The person is at home surrounded by loved ones who maintain a vigil until the final moments. There are practices that include songs, scriptures, prayers, chants, and family rituals. This creates a unique and rich approach to the end of life. When Toni was visiting in Indonesia, she was fortunate enough to visit a funeral procession in celebration of the deceased of a town's of the deceased, and most of the town's people participated. People followed the procession in the ceremonial site, which was out in nature, talked and discussing the deceased while celebrating the life of the individual. It was honoring his passing and provided closure for the living. Everyone that knew the deceased was involved in the celebration. There was incredible support for the family. We're all in this process toward our finality, and we probably should practice living life like we're dying. Facing mortality can offer surprising benefits, such as appreciation for everyday moments, deep emotional closure with loved ones, and the disappearance of trivial worries. Embracing the end of life gives people a focus on what matters most and to hopefully let go of petty stress. Ask yourself this question: if I had 6 months to live, would I live my life differently? Why not live your life that way? If we look at life as finite, because it is, we may appreciate it more. Knowing time is limited helps us truly value the beauty of the present. Life positivity encourages people to focus on friends and family who mean the most. Living mindfully in our short life often brings us a chance to let go of old grudges and to heal broken bonds. People frequently report letting go of past regrets, guilt, and daily worldly anxieties. Psychological studies show that those near passing often experience unexpectedly high levels of peace and positive emotion. Think of one reason that shows acceptance of our finite existence. Finality has perks, according to Meg Selig. She wrote in Psychology Today, and she makes light of mortality. Just think, she wrote, you'll never have to speak to anyone at a call center again. There will never be a reason for maintaining bodily needs and health. I mean, doctors, dentists, appointments of all type that have to do with your body won't be necessary. You would sleep through the night. Have you had a night of uninterrupted sleep lately? Think about your shrinking bladder and how it wakes you up at night. True, it will be a long, long night, but that's why they call it the eternal rest, because you'll never be interrupted again. When you're gone, you won't miss the many devastating crises of our life, or even the inconveniences such as home repairs, computer breakdowns, car issues, and the frustration of keeping with new technologies. I sat with my latest loss and realized I hadn't spent enough time with anyone that I've lost. I took my time for granted, and I'm finally feeling more that my time is very precious. The fact that we're moral beings should deepen our relationships and free us from delaying joy, honesty, and connection. It's been a beautiful life and a beautiful experience in a beautiful world. Appreciating life is one's answer to accepting what may be over the horizon. Call on your soul often to experience your life, because it's the soul that sees the beauty in the night sky, aflame with billions of stars. It's the soul that is present to witness the deep loving feelings. It's the soul that's present in everyday beautiful joy. Our souls are present in this very holy moment, and it's a reflection of our divinity. The divine is a presence in each of us, each and every one of us, and it makes us worthy of a beautiful experience on this planet. Consider one small way you might live more fully this week, honoring those who have lost and those who you have lost and those that are present in your life. Now I have a short video called "To Be in Awe, 96 Years of Wisdom." So I will let that play now.
Do you want me to tell you how old I am? Is that what you want? I'm 95 actually, I'm halfway through my 96th year, because when my 96th birthday comes around in June, I will have completed my 96th year. What do I love most about being in my body now? that I can still breathe easy, and that I'm happy for whatever I have, knowing more and more limitations are on the way, and more mobility is on the way out. I don't want to have just visited this world, so I'm living as fully as I can with what I have. I want to be a child of wonder and astonishment. I'm having my second childhood now, my happy childhood. I had a miserable childhood. I did not enjoy being a child. I was always the outsider. I was always pointed at. I always felt terribly self-conscious. Terrible. Ugh, I don't even like thinking about it, you know? So I have fun now. I'm enjoying my childhood, finally. I'm just learning about play because I didn't know what play was when I was a child. I think play means exploring, experimenting, being curious, looking, seeing, being in the body, being alive, not being afraid, free. It's about the miracle and the mystery of being alive, discovery, exploration. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and to know the place for the first time. That's T.S. Eliot. I had cancer once, and afterwards I had surgery and didn't have to do anything more. It was done, and I felt like I had to give myself a reason to that I was spared, that I got my life back. And then over many years, I saw that I had something to give, just my light, something ineffable that I don't know. That light of harmlessness and harmony and singing and being joyful and rejoicing and being grateful. We're here to experience the wonder of being in a body, to know that we are each other, that we're the same. We're made of all the same stuff. Scientific words, neurons, protons, cells, molecules. We're part of the whole thing. We're little bits of stars. We're dust. It's like we're the great kaleidoscope, all little pieces, but every time you turn it, it's different. So you and I are exactly made up of exactly the same stuff, but every one is unique. There's only one in all the world. And the same with every petal of a pansy. Everywhere I look, I see another little version of myself. If there were a person in every little section, that would be another version of myself. All made of the same stuff, but put together differently. Same. You and I are same, and different. Same, and different. I'm the same as the tree, and different. I'm the same as the garbage heap over there, the compost pile. I am definitely part of the compost pile on my way out. I'm the star thistle, and the grass, and the dirt, and the black ant climbing the mile-high hill. I am you. You are me. We're the same. Same, different. I am very much at this time contemplating not being here, contemplating my death. We die with the dying. See, they depart, and we go with them. We are born with the dead. See, they return and bring us with them. That's T.S. Eliot also. Love that one. I'm hoping my prayer is to go as gently as much aware of my self leaving with gratitude and joy and the satisfaction. I'm done. I'm out of here. And it's okay. It's all such a mystery. And then, thanks. I want to say thanks. And I'm grateful. Not try to figure anything out or understand it, but just be in awe. People ask, what's the secret of longevity? Or how did you, what's the secret? There's gotta be one thing that if I just do that, everything will be okay. And it's go slow for me. Go slow, then you'll know where to seek the truth, when to speak your truth from your heart. Go slow, then you'll know that the only way to enjoy this day is right now.
All right. Now we're going to do the offering and stewardship. I'll actually come around with the offering plate here in just a moment. If this is your first time, you're not obligated to give. Our services are our gift to you. Yeah, there we go. We need time, talent, and treasure to thrive. We especially need treasure right now to thrive. And if you're giving money and you want to be tax deductible, put your name with it. I'll be around to collect anything anyone has. If you're watching remotely, or if not having cash is your way of life, there was also the Givelify information was on the last slide there, and you can mail things to our PO box, and our website has that information as well. Please join me in our offering blessing. May this offering equip us to inspire love and seek justice. Wonderful. All right, announcements. I'm going to look at here so that I don't have to look over there. As far as upcoming big thing next week, Eden, our ministerial fellow, will be speaking. It will be at 10:30 at St. John's UCC, so not here and also not at the same time. What's that? I'm sorry, St. John's UCC in Wood River, yes. That's fair. I should specify the specific St. John so we don't all show up to different ones. Yes, thank you. All right. And then you can see the rest of the upcoming speakers as well, Eden and Jennifer. As far as setup and takedown, we need to break down everything today. Next week, we'll be at St. John's UCC in Wood River. I'll say again in case anybody forgot. And then when we come back here on the 2nd, we will set up and break down and go from there. All right. We have more slides. There we go. There's the address as well, 228 North 6th Street in Wood River. And it looks like those pictures there. There will be choir practice after service today. And then our chicken dinner is coming up on Sunday, August 2nd. There's at the Moose, so please come out and support it. Bring your friends. Do we still need volunteers, or has that been?
Bake sale items.
Okay.
Go to the Facebook page.
Bake sale. Okay.
Because we're sharing it with another group, so we have specific things for the bake sale.
Okay.
They're going to bring. Don't just bring anything you want. You need to get a hold of me so what we need. Because these people will share it with their little. What do we need? We need specifically orange poke cake brownies.
Orange poke cake and brownies are our
They're
okay.
really fine.
Brownies. Lots of fun brownie options. So, all right. And if you haven't had the chicken dinner before, it's wonderfully fried chicken. The Moose, I think, has well seasoned oil. It's quite delicious. All right. Please join me in reciting our closing as I extinguish the chalice. The light of truth and meaning cannot be put out. We are keepers of this flame until we meet again. All right, closing words. Tony, would you like me to read these, or would you like to take it?
I'll take care of it.
All right.
You know,
Had a bit of a break.
Thank
I
you
get it.
so much. Of course.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Knowing that our time on earth is a breath, let us not waste a single moment. Let us forgive quickly, love fiercely, and share the hope that is within us. Life is a precious gift. Go out and live a life that reflects your light. Joy will do the postlude now. It's called Winds Be Still.
Please join us in coffee hour and a breakdown. It looks like we didn't break up particularly well, so it's good in a way.
A partial break.
St. John's UCC in Wood River, 10:30 next Sunday.